Sai Ram. Whenever we try to locate an object, a person, a being or an event, we describe it with the three dimensions of space: length, breadth and height. However, along with these three dimensions of space, we need the fourth dimension of time as well to get it accurately. Because you see, when I am describing the place where a horse is located, you may not find that horse in 2005 because I am describing that horse in 2018 or 2020. Everything in this world is well defined and located with the three dimensions of space and the fourth dimension of time. But that does not apply for God, for our Swami, who is beyond space and time. And that is why when these physical laws are apparently violated, we call them miracles. Many are the miracles of going beyond space and going beyond time that our Bhagwan has demonstrated. And I came across one very interesting one in the February 1959 issue of the Sanatana Sarathi. This happened to a devotee, Mr. P.S.Menon, and he describes it in a letter that he writes to Professor Kasturi. This happened in the February and March of 1958. On the 27th of February 1958, which happens to be a Thursday, Mr. P.S.Menon visited the home of a friend where bhajans were going on. He was so enamored and enraptured by the bhajans that he too participated in them. And then he saw on the wall a framed photograph of our beloved Swami, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. At the end of the bhajan session, he told his friend, I would like to have darshan of Sai Baba. It was a spontaneous desire that he expressed, and his friend told him about Puttaparthi, where Swami is. With that, Mr. Menon returned back to his home. About a week later, 8 days to be precise, on the 7th of March, which was a Friday in 1958, as Mr. Menon is entering his office in Madras, the city is today called Chennai, even as he is entering his office room, his landline telephone begins to ring. And he is amazed at this synchronicity. As he is entering the room, the phone begins to ring. And he is wondering who is calling him at the beginning of his workday. He doesn't realize that the call has come. Mr. Menon walks to the telephone, picks it. Hello? The voice on the other end says, hello, is this P.S.Menon? And the language in which the voice is coming is in Tamil. So Mr. Menon responds, yes. May I know whom I am speaking with? Puttaparthi. Puttaparthi? Puttaparthi? Who? I'm sorry. And the voice says, you expressed a desire to see me, right? So I called. And now Mr. Menon is flustered and he says, but I didn't get your name. What's your name? Can you come back again? And the voice says, it doesn't matter what my name is. You are P.S.Menon, right? So come to 1000 Lights, Osborne House and be there before 5 p.m. because if it's after 7 p.m., it might be late. Okay? And then the phone goes dead. Now Mr. Menon is standing and he of course knows this place, 1000 Lights, Osborne House. It's in Roypeta in Madras. But he's wondering, who is this Puttaparthi calling? And is this Sathya Sai Baba? He has never heard the voice of Sathya Sai Baba, so he is not able to link it. But he is wondering, how did he get my number and is he in Madras now? Anyway, let me go there. But 5 p.m. on which day? He gave me the time for the meeting but didn't give the date. In Sanskrit, we say Shubhasya Shighram, meaning any auspicious activity, do it as soon as possible. It's best done immediately. And therefore he decides, today itself I will go before 5 p.m. to Osborne House, 1000 Lights. That is what he does. He lands up there and, dear brothers and sisters, at that point in time, this building was owned by the rulers of the kingdom of Venkatagiri, the Venkatagiri Raja and his family. And we all know that they were devout followers, they are devout followers of our beloved Bhagwan. So he enters that home, Osborne House, and he sees so many pictures of Swami. He's really wonderstruck and amazed. And he tells that I have come here because I have an appointment. Somebody called me up, I think from this house only, and told me to come at 5 p.m. But all the people in that place are also wonderstruck and are wondering what he's talking about, because they say, nobody from here called you. He says, wasn't Swami here? And they tell him, no, Swami is right now in Bangalore. In fact, our Kumar Raja, that is our prince, is also with Swami in Bangalore. Now this Menon is amazed and wonderstruck. He's thinking, maybe I got a call from Bangalore. So he makes inquiries at the telephone exchange whether anyone booked a trunk call to his number. Back then in those days, it wasn't possible to make a call across the different states in India. You could not. Even calling another town or city was not possible. Only within the city you could place calls. For any other such call, we had STD, that was what it was called, subscriber trunk dialing, because you had to book a call with the telephone exchange at one particular time for a certain minute, and then you could make that call. When he made the inquiries, he found out nobody had booked a trunk call to his number from Bangalore. That is when, he insisted and told the members there in that house, please call Kumar Raja, because he's with Swami, right? I want to know from him whether Swami made a phone call today. And he insists so much that they actually make the phone call, and Kumar Raja says that he's been with Swami the whole day, because there has been a function, there has been multiple events happening in Bangalore, and Swami has gone nowhere near a telephone, forget booking a trunk call and calling him. And that was how Mr. P.S.Menon got his call and got his introduction to Swami. Even without physically traveling to Puttaparthi or without having seen Swami, Swami entered his life and he became a devotee. So thrilled was he that a year later he wrote about this to Professor Kasturi, who got it verified from Swami and published it in the February 1959 issue of the Sanatana Sarathi. When we read of such miracles or hear of such miracles, we think sometimes that, this happened because Swami was there, right? now what? When we ask this question itself, we are making the mistake of confining Swami to space and time again. Let me share an amazing personal experience that I have not shared so far anywhere, because it shows beyond doubt that even now, even to this day, Swami continues to reach out to different people from beyond space and beyond time. This happened in the November of 2016. One fine morning, my wife Pooja wakes up and tells that she had a lovely dream of Swami. It was a very long dream, and without going into those details, let me narrate just the relevant portion here. She sees me with Swami in the interview room, and Swami waves his palm to materialize a golden ring with a green emerald on top of it. And even as he's doing that, I request Swami, can I take photos and videos of this? I whip out my mobile phone and I'm doing that. And Swami says, yes, go ahead. So I am shooting this as Swami creates this ring, and then Swami asks me, what do you think of this ring? This is all in Pooja's dream. So I tell Swami, whoever is going to get this ring is very lucky. And then Swami says, obviously making it clear that I am not the one going to get the ring, Swami says, hey, don't forget that you are also lucky. Yeah, the person getting the emerald ring is lucky, but don't forget you are also lucky. I say, yes, Swami. Swami says, don't ever forget that you are lucky. Yes, Swami. Definitely, Swami. Being with you, knowing you, We are so fortunate. The very fact, dear brothers and sisters, that we know of Swami, that we have seen his photograph, that we see his videos, that we read about him, that we read his discourses, we are very, very, very blessed. And then Swami tells in the dream, you have anyway got your camera here, right? The mobile camera. Take photos of this ring. And in the afternoon, I want you to get this ring made, exact ring made, okay? And gift it to such and such a devotee as a token of my blessing. Strange, right? Swami, who has created the ring, isn't giving me the ring, but telling me get a ring exactly like this made and gift it to such and such a devotee who wishes to remain anonymous. So I am just not naming that devotee. And then I agree. And then Swami tells, see, you will not be so good in all this jewelry and all this. So take help of your wife. The interesting thing is, Pooja is getting this dream, and in the dream, she is back at home. She is not here in the interview room with me, because I return from the interview and tell her all that has happened and tell her that we need to get this ring made as soon as possible and gift it to this devotee as a token of love from Bhagwan. Morning, when Pooja told me this entire dream, I heard it with rapt attention. I even noted it down in my diary. After that, she asked me, what do you think about it? What do I think about it? Very interesting, very nice. And I'm so happy that Swami himself told me that I'm very lucky. She says, not that part. I am asking about getting this ring made and giving it to that devotee. Should we do it? And I said, what? You are saying that we should go get a gold ring made and embed that emerald in it and go and gift it to this devotee? No, Pooja, I think there is an inner meaning. Gold is Bangaru. Bangaru means Swami's dear one. And emerald is green. Green is peace and prosperity. This is a way in which Swami is communicating that he is blessing a devotee with his love, grace and prosperity and peace. You know, when we don't have the courage to follow the direct words of Swami, we take refuge under interpretations and meanings and inner meanings. A direct instruction is a direct instruction. She said, is that what you think? Anyway, I thought that maybe we should get a ring made, but well, whatever you think. I said, yeah, don't, I didn't want to spend so much money. That it costs quite a lot to get a gold ring made and fit an emerald to it. So I left it at that. But somewhere within me, something is gnawing and saying, Arvind, come on. Just because it costs money, you should not disobey what Swami has said. He told you. He told it very clearly. And yes, I trust my wife with my life. I know that she's not lying to me about the dream or anything like that. It's absolutely true. Of course, if some unknown person comes and tells me Swami came in my dream and told this and tells me, no, I will not listen. Because Swami has warned us to be very careful and not get cheated by people who come and claim that Swami told them that you will be giving them so much money in the dream and all such things. No. But this is a person whom I trust. It's my wife. Now, just a few hours after this, Pooja comes to me with her mobile phone and says, look at this. Our jeweler has sent her 10 images of different gold rings with emeralds set in them. And he says, Madam, just as you had requested yesterday, here are samples. I asked her, did you request? She says, no, that's what I'm surprised. I didn't request. Then why is he sending this to you? Maybe your mother or my mother. We messaged back the jeweler asking, is this for my mother or her mother? Is it for auntie, not for us? No, madam, Pooja madam had come. She requested me to show designs. I said, Pooja madam has come, meaning, did she come to the shop? No, she called me. Now, Pooja tells me, why will I call him about a ring, gold ring with emerald stone? I got this dream today morning. Yesterday, I didn't have the slightest inkling that I'll be getting this dream, right? It was very, very bizarre. It was bizarre. The investigator in me woke up. So I actually went to this jeweler shop along with Pooja and I told him, show me your call registry to show that, in your phone, show me when did my wife call you. And there it is. For 3 minutes the previous day in the morning, a call from Pooja, and he says, yeah, this is when madam told me, get me different designs of, because she has one particular ring with the emerald in her mind, and she asked me for different designs so that she can select one. Now I picked up Pooja's phone and went to that same time. At that very same minute, there is a phone call from Pooja, but not to the jeweler, to my father. And she has had a 7-minute conversation. One phone shows, the jeweler's phone shows that at that particular time, there's a 3-minute phone call to my wife Pooja. But in my wife Pooja's phone, at that same time, there's a 7 or 8-minute call that she has done to my father. And there we stood, me, Pooja and the jeweler, dumbstruck. The jeweler was just stunned. He said, my God, I spoke to Swami. Pooja was just dumbstruck. She was like, wow, Swami called with my number. And I was just dumbstruck and like, wow, I think I have to buy a ring now. So I said, Pooja, you pick this. You pick which is the design that you saw in your dream. And she picked the design of the gold ring with the emerald stone set in it. We then informed our parents and they were dumbstruck. And finally, the devotee who received this ring, that devotee also was dumbstruck. Thus, a Leela happened in our lives in the November of 2016. Needless to say, this ring had its own significance for the devotee who received it. Dear brothers and sisters, the reason I'm sharing these Leelas is to show that Swami's glories, Swami's miracles, Swami's mahimas that he did when he was physically present on earth continue even in physical absence. Because when we say that Swami is beyond space and time, then the miracle should be timeless, right? But then as he says, his miracles are only his visiting cards. They only introduce us to him, just like a visiting card will do. A visiting card gives us the name, email ID, phone number, basic address, that's all, right? If we wish to know more about the person, we need to interact and learn more. So too, let us remember that these miracles are visiting cards that he gives us just to introduce God into our lives. May we use that as the reason to find out more and more and more about God till there exists no difference between Swami and us. Dear Swami, as we progress along this journey, let our love for you keep growing stronger and stronger every passing moment. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.